Are we live?
We are live.
We are live. Welcome. Welcome. You probably did not get an introduction because our producer is a lazy man who doesn't want to get the intro done. But anyways, welcome to the show today. You are now watching, if you're on Facebook Lives on the Desert Ghosts Facebook page, we are live. And if you're listening to us on Spotify or YouTube, congratulations, you found us. Here's another episode. Everybody clap.
Tell them who we are, Cole.
We are the Going Dark Airsoft Podcast. I am Cole. To my left is my left-hand man and soon-to-be best friend that's who's going to be locked up permanently because he gets married next weekend. Jay Knowles, how are you doing?
Doing good.
You weren't here with us last week because you're working like a... I don't really know.
Like a mule.
We fired him last week.
Oh yeah, technically.
Technically
you're still fired.
Well, yeah.
This is my interview process.
Actually, what actually happened is he got rehired because we just fired Lucas this week.
Oh yeah,
so,
that's right.
Yes.
We had extra room.
Yeah, so we fired Lucas. Bye, Lucas. On my right, with the beautiful hair, Mexican Jesus, Ray. How you doing, Ray?
Fucking. Great.
Now we're demonetized. Thanks, man.
So we're working on keeping this podcast clean.
As clean as possible.
So me, Jacob, and Cody, we're not usually here, but these guys are super awesome. It was super fun being on the podcast last week. You guys can find that audio on Spotify and YouTube, right?
Yep.
It was actually 2 weeks ago.
Was it 2 weeks ago?
It was 2 weeks ago.
I approved this message.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so this week we have friend of the show, Brandon. How are you doing, Brandon?
I'm good.
Did you have a good week?
No.
I saw you drive.
Yes, I did.
I saw you drive by my work a couple times. You didn't wave back.
Really?
Yeah. I'm so offended right now.
You still got a job now, huh? Apparently.
Yeah, I almost got fired. I almost lost my job. That's another story. That's not airsoft related.
Suave. And this week's guest, we have Cody, also known as Hate or Havoc 8.
Yeah, and Wildcat.
And Wildcat. He was the first subscriber.
Yeah.
There you go.
And we also have Jake. What was your last name again?
Johnson.
Johnson. Jake Johnson.
Everybody knows
Also
Jake.
part of Havoc, right?
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
looks
Havoc too.
so swole he can crack melons with his arms.
The only one that looks operator.
He does.
Good job.
Hey!
No, not
this-
really.
The swearing thing.
But welcome, welcome to the show, everyone. Today we got a good show lined up. We got some reviews. We got an op that went on this past weekend that I didn't get to go to.
No.
But
You wouldn't have lasted.
Everyone else
That's
did.
okay.
you're probably right. I'm pretty out of shape. Yeah, but about that. Anyways, good show this week. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Stay tuned. And now we turn the time over to Brandon.
I just want to say one more thing. So these guys are super cool, and basically what this is, it's not just for fun. Like, it's mainly for fun, where you guys can kind of tune in and just hang with members of our group. And we kind of just want to make this community more open and more kind of tight knit. So in these podcasts, not only are they, like he said, going over reviews, talking about events, they're going to be just hanging out and everything. And what is cool is they are going to be talking about events. So if you guys want event information, what's coming up, what's past, and just fun stories, a good time, just tune in. I don't think they have a super set date of every podcast, but they want to do it every
other Friday,
Every
probably
other week. Twice a month.
Twice a month for sure.
Yes.
Okay. And then as they get rolling into it, this is technically the 6th episode, so that's why they're starting off on Facebook Live, just so all of you guys can see it and kind of chime in. And I know they'd also love to have you guys. So I would like to see all different members of the community come over and hang out when they do these, because they're super fun just to chill with each other and tell stories and laugh, have a good time. So that's why I wanted you guys to be a part of it.
If we run out of room, we can find other places we can do what we need to do.
Yes,
yeah,
and
we're stretching the boundaries of this room for sure.
Oh yeah.
This is definitely not COVID-19 approved.
Nope.
Shut up! And if you guys want to be part of the
remind
show,
people.
you can hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, and our emails. And our email, everything is Going Dark Airsoft, either at Gmail or at Going Dark Airsoft on Instagram, or Going Dark Airsoft Podcast on Facebook.
Or just stop being a seasonal airsofter and come to the games, and you guys will see them
Seriously.
in person.
Yeah,
Exactly.
seriously.
Start showing up
Come
to the
on.
games.
Because this was our attendance for the last game. We need to look and learn.
Like, come on, let's go, guys. For real. But also, we have one more piece of news. Can we get a drum roll? Everybody, drum roll. We have a sponsor.
We have a sponsor!
Yay!
Is it your mom?
No, actually.
You know what?
His mom wasn't supportive.
My mom's like, you do what?
And who is our sponsor, Cole?
Our sponsor is Sky RC in St. George, Utah.
Isn't that crazy?
Woo!
Yeah.
So Cody there has talked to us. He likes what we're doing. So go show him some love. Tell him that we sent you there, and he'll hook you up real nice. So
If you guys didn't know, Sky RC Hobby is our local airsoft shop in town. He specializes in RC cars, and he's got paintball stuff. But like almost 2 years ago now, he started carrying airsoft stuff. So guys, BBs, gas, everything. He's got guns, everything you need, grenades.
Batteries.
It's all batteries. It's all there.
Especially
all
batteries.
like internal parts, springs, motors, everything you can imagine. He's got it.
Buckins.
Yeah, I've helped him. Yeah, I've
Oh,
helped
yeah,
him
yeah,
create like
parts.
this good inventory of stuff for us. So he is a little business. It's local, and what's cool is he actually is a dealer for e-bikes. So he's literally told us that anything that you guys want to order, just send him a message, send him a link, be like, Cody, order this for me. He'll order it for you, and then he will not charge you shipping. So you're actually saving money by going through him. So
and you're
that's
supporting
amazing.
a local company. So
Yeah.
Exactly.
I actually went through Cody to get my Crytek SPR Mark II, and double thumbs up. Approve. Worked out well.
Cody's excellent to work with.
oh yeah, great guy. And none of the stuff he carries, because with a little help
And
from
this
Brandon,
is
nothing is crap that he carries.
That is
Everything
so
is
true.
good.
Everything
all
that
good
that
quality
man
stuff.
has in his store is solid.
It is quality.
except for the Balkan stuff. Just kidding. we're working on getting rid of that.
It's cheap, right?
Okay.
But you gotta carry some stuff of everything. It's
Exactly.
You gotta help
Gotta
the
have some
entry
high
level
guys.
guys.
Yeah, that's why we have G&G combat machines. Those are good.
It is
Yeah.
good.
Solid.
Or SEMA AKs. Like, come on, dude.
Hey man,
come
I'm gonna see
on.
man 14 that we're seeing kicks butt.
There you go.
SEMA for life.
Yeah, man.
We don't need that Crytek.
Yeah.
You want to introduce?
We already did.
No,
Well, like,
it's
so
time for
origins.
intros. It's time for origin stories.
Oh, it's time
Cole.
for origin stories.
All right, Cody, take it away.
You
with
might
the
be
origin
wondering.
story.
You might be wondering how we got here, but let us tell you. Cody, can you give us the rundown on how you ended up here?
Okay, so I'm one of the old men of the group.
You can skip the part where your mom and dad met.
Okay, we won't go back that far.
All right, thank
but
you.
my
Thank
story actually does predate the release of Facebook, which makes some of my details a little bit hard to remember because I don't have Facebook to go back and look at my events and remember what happened. But basically happened. My story starts in like beginning of middle school. I want to say I was like 11 or 12.
So 40 years ago.
Yeah, 40 years ago. But yeah, we just some friends, local friends back. Dude, there's a lot. Like, I'm from Colorado, so we're not gonna go into that right now. But
Just
back
give
in
us the
Colorado,
abridged.
we ran around in the woods with old what was that old paintball brand? I can't even think. It was like a Double Eagle was the name of the marker. Brass Eagle, I want to say. Do you guys even know that company? It's
I
Brass
know.
Eagle.
No.
Me and Cole have never really been
I've
in
never
paintball, so
paintballed.
that's-
Okay.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah, that's an
that's
old
old,
brand,
dude.
yeah.
We had like Brass Eagle, like old school markers. I actually had one that ran on the little 12-gram CO2 canisters, and it was like a little pump action
Okay.
pistol,
Oh, yeah.
basically.
Yeah,
With like a
brass.
20-round hopper.
Yeah, there you go.
Perfect.
And
Those things are still around.
we played
Yeah, they
paintball
are.
for a
Solid
while,
ones.
and like
If you know what you're
eventually
doing.
we had this incident. I wasn't at this event, but a kid got upset with another kid, one of my friends actually, and this classmate came up to him, and he was upset. He was like, "I swear I hit you," and he made like that motion with his marker, and he had a Spider electronic marker that had a 3-round burst, and actually hit this kid all the way up his face and like partially in his eye, and he had to have like a number of surgeries and stuff to get it repaired, and ended up wearing corrective lenses. So don't mess around, gun safety.
Emotional story.
Long story short, all the parents freaked out and we weren't allowed to have paintball guns anymore. But ironically, we were allowed to get airsoft guns.
So when did you become a member of Desert Ghosts Airsoft?
Okay, yeah, let's
skip
that's
forward a
pretty
couple
fair.
years.
Let's get back to the
So-
mud and show you.
I ended up moving here for, among other reasons, a really good job. And
Must be nice.
it was just kind of hard moving to a new place, and just reacquainting myself with people around here. And I just ended up finding the group through Facebook searches. Someone from one of the other pages referred me to Desert Ghosts.
Is it Southern Utah Airsoft one?
I think it was.
I have a post on the announcements there. It
Yeah.
sends you here.
And I just eventually, found the page, and I think the first one I came out for was that one up in Cedar City when there's like 2 feet of snow.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was
When I froze my feet.
yeah. Everyone's guns weren't working.
Dude, I was like hopping back to the fire, like, dude, I gotta get my shoes off. And Mike just like roasting my feet on the fire, bro. It was so
It
painful.
was
dude.
I've been
so
there.
cold that
I've had
day.
that happen as like archery
Snow
hunting and
went
stuff. It is, it's
everywhere.
rough.
Dude, I'm gonna post in the comments of the video the picture I took up there. There's a sick picture. It's like the snow in the background.
Yeah.
Where I posted and some guys like, F that white bull. We go hard.
Dude, I love the snow, so it was a good first event for me. It just kind of showed me, like, this group plays rains, like, snow, sunshine, whatever.
110 degrees.
110 degrees, which we just did last weekend.
I'm too-
This group don't
It's
stop.
not too, I think.
Not like the first one,
Yeah.
dude.
Pretty
the
awesome.
first
miserable.
the first
Still
one was the hottest one, dude.
Yeah.
And it's been like this ever since, huh?
And yeah, I've been spending. Don't tell mom and dad. Been spending copious amounts of money on airsoft because I'm so into it. But
Dude,
I think
my wife, she doesn't know that airsoft costs that much money.
copious amounts mean like $20.
To any
for sure,
Yeah.
20 bucks.
Times.
to any significant others that may be watching this, we
Oh.
did not spend any money on airsoft. They were
None.
all given to
None.
us.
It was all given to us, or we spent less than $100
By
each.
Cody
We
at
just found it,
StarC.
We're just on the side of the road.
yeah.
We just found it,
Just testing it for Cody.
Yeah.
Boy, am I glad I don't have to hide anything from anybody. That's one perk of being single.
Yeah, but it's a skill in life you will develop sooner or later.
Yeah.
You have to-
Everyone masters it at some point.
I'm not good at it, babe. You know I'm not.
All right, I think that concludes Cody.
Yeah,
Now we're gonna go
that's
ahead
about
and do the origin story for Jake.
Taco.
So yeah, I've been playing airsoft for a little over 3 years now.
We actually started together.
Yeah.
He's like,
I was actually the first one.
Yeah, it was me and him.
You
So-
had your L96.
really, the origins of Desert Ghosts Airsoft is right here,
Yeah.
sitting on this couch. The real origins.
Yeah. But like Cody, I was a paintballer back in high school. I would go every other weekend, sometimes every weekend. Then that kind of just died out, and then came back after serving a LES mission, and finally decided to get into airsoft a little bit more with this guy.
We
just
played
because-
paintball after the mission.
Well, we
though.
did, yeah.
Remember we made ghillie suits? Was that before or after the mission?
We made our ghillie suits before. It was
Oh,
like
that's right.
literally, I don't know, a couple weeks before I left when we started, and I got to use it once and then left.
Gosh, dude, that's a story for another time.
Yeah,
that, too.
that is
Literally the
amazing.
middle of the night in winter, we stayed up all night in my backyard, and we're like unthreading each individual thread of burlap. We bought like 27 feet of burlap, and we to get the jute, to tie.
That's how you
Like
do
we
it.
couldn't buy it.
yeah.
We couldn't buy it back then, or we couldn't find where to buy it. So we're like literally
Well,
unthreading
we found it at
every.
Walmart. That when they sell the fabrics.
Yeah.
They had just big
So you
rolls
could
of
buy
it.
the yards of it, but you couldn't now you could just buy the actual like a big box of like just the string and just
Yeah.
tie it. We like unthreaded that shiz all night in like 20 degrees. And we're just like in jackets.
Yeah, how long did that take us? It took us like 2 days or something.
There's it was like after because
It's a process.
we
Yeah.
worked together, so we'd come back from work and then just start doing that till late, and then it was worth it.
Yeah. I still have mine, so.
I'll link that picture too. Those are good pictures.
Anyway, so
Sorry.
we finally decided to take the plunge and get into airsoft. I started off with this. Maybe it wasn't crappy. I just didn't know anything about airsoft at the time. I bought a.
Let me guess, you bought APS?
No, it wasn't APS.
It
What
was a-
brand was it? It was a gas blowback.
He bought a gas
actually.
blowback gun for
It was
it.
a nice gun. I still have it, but
It was a G&G.
I don't think it was G&G.
What was it, dude? I can't.
WeTech?
No, it wasn't WeTech.
No, it was a what was it?
H&K?
Yeah, it wasn't, or was it? Yeah, was it? No, it wasn't HK. It was
KWA?
No.
I know what it is.
Well,
It was something like that. Anyways.
I'm
It was some
gonna
sort of-
blurt it out later in the podcast. Be like, JB.
so gas blowback and
So yeah, I bought a gas blowback
Not bad.
M4. I used that for I don't know, first year of playing airsoft. We'd go with Southern Utah Airsoft at the time with Dan Womack leading.
No,
the group.
actually, we played on our own for
Well,
like
well, that's true, yeah.
almost like a year, and then we grew our own group.
Yeah.
And that's I told that
it
story
was
last
you,
week.
me, Court, and my brother. It was
That
just
was the
us
original.
four.
That was the original four.
That was before we found anybody else around.
And we
in
built
Southern Utah.
our own field. Remember?
Yeah, ended up getting kicked off of them. That's another story for another time.
We
But
talked
yeah.
about it on the last episode.
Did he? Oh, okay, so there's some backstory to that. But anyways, after that, then I don't know. Well, we hooked up with Dan's group, and then we kind of just merged. Dane, sorry, Dane.
Yeah.
shout out to him,
I'm
by the
terrible
way.
with names.
Yeah.
Resurrected from the dead
Yeah,
last
we had.
week.
That's kind of where it bleeds into our origin story of the group. Is where we we had our own group going. We had friends. We'd invite friends. We got to a point where we had like 20 guys, and we were always going to Rust. That was kind of the place we liked to go. And then we'd go to like Grapevine. I remember we went to Grapevine the
We
first
went to
time,
Grapevine.
and we saw like, do you remember we found BBs
Yeah.
and stuff? So we knew there was other airsofters, and that's when we found. I don't know how or when or how I even came across Dane's group on Facebook.
I don't remember.
I don't remember at all.
Just
for the
happened.
life
It
of
was
me.
meant to be.
Yeah, it happened, and then we did that collaboration event at Rust and had like 35, 40 people there, and that's when we went back and forth hosting, and then Dane kind of exited away from the scene, and then we kind of just took it over and grew from there. So
yeah, in a nutshell, that's pretty much it. I mean, now just running with you guys, and I'm using an LVOA S HPA.
yep, Wolverine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, me and Jacob used AGs for a long time, and then he switched over to HPA. And then I switched over to HPA. Like, we're honestly like the pioneers of HPA for our group, because like then it was like Dustin came to that one game at Babylon, and he grabbed it and he's like,
Oh my god,
dude, what? He's like tripping out, and then he bought it like the next day, and then Steven bought one, and there's a million people that bought them.
That's
He
how I'm
bought
feeling
one.
right now.
Yeah, HPA, man. Yeah.
Well, we might talk about that later. That
Yeah.
might be a thing.
It's
later.
just so
Maybe.
expensive.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. In a nutshell.
You gotta
That
understand how expensive it is to keep an AEG for as long as you can and keep it
That's
working.
why you
They
buy
say,
$100 SEMA A case.
Well, I mean, even there, you use it for 2 years. That's if you're running lipo. That's basically the life of a gearbox. I mean, they say you're gonna have to basically.
Replace the gearbox.
Rebuild
Replace the
it after
gear.
Yeah, just buy a
that,
new
so-
one.
Hey, that's part of the fun.
Yeah, until you're like go to open and you're like, oh, Brandon.
I need a shim job.
Like 20 different springs flying in like every different direction as soon as you crack
Brandon, I
it.
lost my mag release button. Is that a problem? Like,
Hey, for some reason my mag is falling out, and I've got all these random pieces.
Speaking of which, I might need to talk to you after this. Okay.
Doing business. Hit up Brandon's Airsoft service for all of your airsoft needs. He's now a show sponsor,
yeah,
right?
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'll just say I approve. I'm the guy that says I approve this message at the end. Since this is a thing now, Going Dark Airsoft podcast and Desert Ghosts Airsoft. That's what I was also going to say is that Going Dark Airsoft podcast, these guys, is kind of going to be like a branch of our group. It's going to be a tool you guys can use to just kind of see what's going on in the community, to see mainly what events are coming up. We're going to go into that in a minute here. Talk about past events, talk about upcoming events. So it's not just you guys are reading the actual description, which I hope all of you do because I put a lot of work into that, and that's actually what builds hype. But it's kind of another way to build hype and get everybody ready to play and just build the hype more than anything because we just want to play, have big games. So
We want to get as much people into this community as possible so we can grow it. And essentially what Going Dark Airsoft wants to be is the first point of contact for anybody that's coming to Southern Utah or anybody in the general area of the Mojave. We want to be their first contact in order to introduce them and bring them into Desert Ghosts at some point. Basically, we want to grow with you guys. That's it. We just want to grow with you guys.
grow with you.
Yeah.
Yay! It'll be cool too.
so beautiful, guys. I do one day.
Some manly tears, man.
All right, well, what's up next on the agenda?
I think we're rolling right into the
You expect
upcoming
me to
events.
know? Sheesh. You think we organize this crap?
Oh, I guess that's true, right?
Show them your handwriting on that and you'll know.
Yeah, don't look at my handwriting. My handwriting is absolutely trash.
Organization right there.
Yeah, perfect.
This is what happens when you let the most like special guy in the group do the handwriting.
The only thing it's like lacking
Is-
is like a
Jaden,
sign
is-
with a happy
Is that
face
why?
and a few little
Is that why you're going to Marine? Oh no, you're.
I'm Army. I ain't no Marine.
I think you're going into the wrong field.
They made a mistake.
No. If I was going to the Marine Corps, it'd be in colored crayon.
Yeah, he hasn't reached crayon
guess
eating
that's
special
true.
He's the
yet.
only one that can say anything, though, because he's the only one that actually. We're civilians. We can't say anything.
I know enough
Full
Marines.
disclaimer: I will not
They're all-
claim I'm active duty. I'm National Guard, so don't give me too much props.
Still.
Thank me for my service.
Yeah, right.
Thank me for my
All right,
service.
what's next?
All right, who's going over the events?
I think that's Brandon.
That's Brandon.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, were we not going to talk about Lone Survivor first, or is that going to be?
That's going to be after.
Oh,
current
my
events.
bad. Okay, can I have a phone with the
Yeah,
events
I'm
on it?
pulling it up.
Okay.
I'm not sorry. This paper is really kind of.
If my phone starts
Useless.
bugging out, I apologize.
Pretty sure I
There you go.
Yeah,
Man.
use his because mine.
Okay, guys. Oh, yeah, big screen, big
Oh,
screen.
big
I want,
screen,
I want
okay.
big screen.
All right.
Okay. All right, guys. So with every podcast, at one point or another, they're gonna go over they're just gonna talk about, mention what the next few events are, but then they're gonna go over in detail the next event. So the next 3 events, I guess you say 4 events. The next one would be the one we're going to talk about is upcoming July 10th. It's a Friday night. It's a MBO Hellstar. MBO is mission-based operation. And it actually is a Border Wars side story, meaning it's actually Border Wars themed. This is like the prequel to the big Border Wars 3.0 that's going to be taking place in January of next year. So we're going to talk about that in a second. July 25th is Plague Chapter 2. Plague is our Nazi Zombies event. The first one was a freaking blast. It was so funny. It was so much fun. It's like the best footage I have. I really need to edit it. It was so good, dude. You guys want to go to that? It's awesome.
Yeah, I had to miss that one for that.
And then 13 Hours is coming up September 11th. It's not for a while. Actually, so 13 Hours is way down the line. In between July and September, we're going to have a lot of pickup games. There won't be any big games in there, but there'll be a lot of pickup day and night ops. So we'll just stick with that. And then later on, obviously, in November is going to be Gold Rush. Last podcast, we talked about how it was actually at the beginning of October. We pushed it back a month just to give more time to the planning, make it how we want to make it. So all those events we just listed are actually paid events because they're going to be awesome. So I think admission for Plague is $5. 13 Hours, I believe, is $10. Yeah, so it's just easy stuff just to recuperate some of the money we're using on props, and that's it. So, and then Gold Rush Ivory Wars, we don't have a price on that yet, but that'll be coming soon. Anyway,
Also, we got one more thing. Us at GDA are currently working on our own, with help from Brandon and help from Desert Ghosts Airsoft, we're working on our own event, hopefully coming up here within the next month or 2 months. It's going to be the Going Dark Gulag Challenge.
Oh, yeah.
It will be a paid event, but it'll be a pistols-only bracket 1v1 tournament with prizes. So it will be a paid event, but we will have prizes for first, second, and third place.
and cool prizes like a new pistol for like the winner of the
Exactly.
bracket. So, and I know you guys think like, oh, if there's prizes, people are inclined to cheat. One, we have a really good community. People don't really cheat.
That's true.
And
Plus,
two,
we'll have spectators.
we're gonna have a
Plenty.
lot. Everyone's gonna be spectating and adminning,
rocks.
watching. So it's
You
gonna
know
be.
what? Let's do that. Let's just get a bunch of like Nerf footballs, throw rocks.
Yeah, there we go. There we
Is
go.
it going to be at nighttime?
That's the idea.
It'll probably be a Friday night gulag challenge thing. Might be during the
I was
day. I don't
going to
know.
say, because tracers would help with hit calling, but
Exactly.
then again, putting a tracer on a pistol might
You-
not be possible.
Yeah.
It is.
It is
It is.
sincerely possible.
It's real easy.
Yeah,
Okay,
you just
I've
have
done
to.
that
You
plenty
just have to
of
have the right
times.
pistol.
Cool.
So.
Yeah.
So bring your own pistols. We'll hopefully have the event up with Brandon's blessing on the Facebook page shortly after we figure out the details. So
Unlock it.
keep tuned to the podcast and the Instagram and the Facebook page, and hopefully we'll have it going here shortly.
It's gonna be sick. Guys.
It'll be
Yeah.
pretty
It's gonna be fun.
freaking
Hopefully
awesome.
in the future, when Brandon doesn't have something going on, we can kind of fill in, just for smaller, more, kind of interesting skirmish games,
Yeah.
It'll be lots
For
of
sure.
fun.
And that's the thing, guys. Hopefully all of you guys watch this podcast at one point or another during the next week or whatever. But I don't have to be the only one to host events. Like, yeah, I love doing it. I always will doing it. But if you guys are ever interested in hosting an event, just message me. And I'm totally down to...
Tomorrow morning, Grapevine. Let's do it. I'm hosting.
I'll freaking skip out on work for
kidding.
that.
I really did.
Oh wait, no, I don't work tomorrow. Just kidding. But no, for real. My goal with Desert Ghosts Airsoft is not something I mentioned on the last podcast. Is I kind of want to have a network of hosts so that like Cody or Jaden or Ray or Jacob or whoever just messages me and is like, hey, I want to host an event, and then we have different hosts always hosting events. That way, there's like a constant stream of content for you guys, and maybe that'll work good, maybe it'll work not. I mean, sometimes I've seen that if there's too many events, then we don't get a lot of big turnout at a lot of those events. Whereas if I wait, sometimes it's bigger, but other times,
like you said last time that you like to do you like to do 2 to 3 events every month?
Yeah, typically.
Basically, all we're gonna be doing is maybe one more event.
Okay.
You know,
Gotcha.
like maybe one more event. We'll go ahead and throw something in, just in case. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
especially for the gaps, like what we've.
Oh
got.
yeah,
And
especially
mainly-
for the big gaps.
I want it for fun stuff like this, like the Gulag event. Like this will be the Going Dark event. Now, this is what these guys do. If you guys want to do special, it doesn't always have to be pickup games. Is what I'm saying. Like I want to keep it interesting, fresh. Do what you guys want to do, and have just a freaking blast with this
GDA
community.
also have some other great ideas for game modes. So
Yeah.
Keep it
hopefully,
tuned.
hopefully the Gulag will be the first of a.
Do you guys realize that your acronym is GDA, Going Dark Airsoft, and ours is Desert Ghost Airsoft? Ours is DGA.
yep.
So you're GDA, we're DGA.
Correct, yes.
That's kind of
wasn't the
cool.
first or second podcast that we kept messing it up.
I think it was the second one.
We're like, no, wait.
It was meant to be. All right, anyways, guys, back to this upcoming event. It is Friday night, July 10th at 7 p.m., and we're going to 2 a.m. Now, that's kind of late, but the reason is we're going to actually camp out where we're playing, and we're going to see if we can get a fire pit out there and roast dinner and just have a blast. So, like I said, this is a Border Wars side story, so it's Border Wars 2.5 is what I'm calling it. And it's a mission-based operation, which essentially means it's the same time as about a pickup game, but instead of just pickup games, it's actually a story, it's actually missions. It's scenarios like they'll be 1 to 2 hours long each. So I'm just going to read the details real fast just so you guys can kind of get hyped up for it. I'll just read. Admission is only $5. That's just to pay for the props we're going to be using at the game. To register, all you guys have to do is my Venmo and PayPal is on there. You can just pay that $5 to me. Then just message me through Messenger and tell me your full name and the faction you guys wish to join. There's 2 factions. There's Policia Municipal, obviously the municipal police that we always have in Border Wars. Their uniform requirements is top and bottoms must be predominantly black. Gear can be any color. And the other faction is what we're introducing now, but it's going to be in Border Wars 3 is the new cartel. And this cartel is called the Santa Muerte cartel. So Saint Death cartel. And this cartel...
Look at my socks. Look at my socks.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's right. They got Santa Muerte there.
Santa Muerte.
Perfect, dude. All right. That's a really random thing to have on your socks. Okay. All right. So that's how you register. The AO where we're going to be playing is on top of Cedar Mountain. It's a sick AO. It's actually the place where we had that big snow game.
Yeah.
It's going to be so legit. It's going to be really cool weather up there. It's going to be beautiful. GPS is on the event. It's car accessible. Higher clearance is recommended. The AO is called Verdant Heights. It's from Battlefield. A name from Battlefield. Anyway. So here's the hype part, guys. Here's the setting, the story, and the operation. And I only have phase 1 up right now of the 3 phases there'll be. I don't realize I didn't finish that. Anyway. So the setting is deep in the forested mountains of San Maria, Colombia. Okay? This is the story, guys, the background to the event. Under the cover of darkness, Policia Municipal attempts to dismantle a large trafficking network belonging to the Santa Muerte drug cartel. Policia Municipal must disrupt the trade by destroying coca farms, eliminating cartel personnel, and seizing product itself. Investigation will be crucial for Policia Municipal to discover the locations of farms, trafficking routes, and stash houses. Santa Muerte is extremely violent and heavily armed. Every farm Root, Lab, and Sicario will have enough firepower to give any local authority a run for their money. I'm going to switch over to Border Wars 3 because it has a little more information on the Santa Muerte drug cartel. So, what do you guys think so far?
I just have one question. Will there be drugs?
Oh, of course there'd
Are
be.
we bringing back the packets?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
The cocaine,
Everybody be very careful driving home that night.
All right, guys, this is who Santa Muerte is. It says a single cartel controls all coca production and shipments within Santa Elena. Santa Elena is another location for the event. She is Santa Muerte. Santa Muerte is an extremely ruthless and unforgiving cartel. Her name, literally translating to Saint Death, is very fitting, for she does administer death unto all that oppose her with extreme prejudice. Santa Muerte overthrew all local government and police authority before taking power in the late 1980s.
That sounds familiar.
Santa Muerte favors no other cartel. She only cares about producing and moving her product unrestricted. So that is who the cartel is in this event, and that is also a faction you can play as.
Sounds like home. Let's do it.
So there's two factions. There's Policía Municipal and Santa Muerte. Currently, there's a cap of 30 on the event. There's 12 spots for Policía Municipal, and there's 18 slots for Santa Muerte. So basically what you can expect, Santa Muerte, you're going to be packaging product, shipping product, running your own ops. Policía Municipal is going to be more kind of a special ops kind of thing where you're going to infiltrate. You're going to have different positions where you can enter into the AO. And the first phase is going to be all about gathering information, finding out where things are, and how you're going to hit them. And then the second and third phase will be all about disrupting and dismantling that network in Santa Maria. So that's what's going to be. Let me figure out how to unlock
That's
this
a tough
phone
decision
again.
to choose what faction, honestly.
Yeah.
Buying
You
stuff,
scroll
Cody.
my credit card.
I'm sorry.
I'm buying stuff.
He's getting that new airsoft gun.
M240?
Yeah.
That easy.
I've accidentally found my way onto the e-bike page.
Exactly.
What is?
I literally swiped every way and it didn't come up. All those credit cards, and I'm like, Anyway. Okay, guys.
What's your CCV again?
Yeah, I can't flip the card over on the screen. Okay, so real quick, I also have Phase 1 up. I'll read that real fast to kind of help you guys understand what's going on. Phase 1 is Policía Municipal will insert into Santa Muerte territory. The primary objective will be to identify all cartel activity in the area, namely strongholds, farms, trafficking routes, guard positions, labs, etc. All this information will be recorded and marked on the map. They'll have a team map, obviously, of the area. This information will be crucial in taking down... Oh, son of a gun. There's the map. There's the map.
Technical difficulties.
Didn't even touch it. Okay. This information will be crucial in taking down each cartel objective late in later phases. Policía Municipal is to remain absolutely discreet. This phase is all about reconnaissance and investigation. ROE states Policía Municipal is only to engage when fired upon. For this phase, should Policía Municipal be discovered by Santa Muerte, phases 2 and 3 will become extremely difficult with the heightened sense of alertness by that of the cartel. And then on Santa Muerte's side, Santa Muerte will begin operations in the area, the formation of strongholds, farms, trafficking routes, guard positions, labs. So they're going to be setting all that stuff up. They're going to be building kind of like using natural like branches and everything to make like stronghold positions, guard positions, and that's all going to be things that Policía is going to be investigating to how to run their operations later in the night. So they're going to be setting up strongholds, farms, trafficking routes, guard positions, and labs. And it'll keep them all really busy. Santa Muerte Sicarios will be expected to labor with their hands to fortify positions, establish trafficking routes, produce and package coca, and secure all of these objectives with guards and roaming patrols. Santa Muerte is to eradicate with extreme prejudice any foreign power in the area. So that's basically the story so far. The other two phases I'll release later when I write them.
We've got some comments on the live stream. So Jay Hickens says, "Beware to whoever shares a tent with Brandon." He says you need to make eye contact with the camera and you're using your hands too much. Courtney says this is what you're doing instead of rock crawling.
I
Jake, you need to stop flexing. Oh no, he spilled water. Oh no.
Now you got my credit cards. What?
Oh no!
I saw it.
I saw it again.
It's okay. Androids are they're like
Water
waterproof,
resistant.
water resistant.
Yeah.
He made me
For
nervous
you
with the
eaters.
eye contact thing in the hands, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with my hands, and I spilled my drink. Like, thanks,
But what
Jake.
did Courtney say?
This is what you're doing instead of RC crawling with me and Jay.
Courtney's like, Jake, stop flexing. You can relax your pecs now. Just breathe.
That's all the comments for right now.
It's
We
just- it's
lost
just-
a bunch of viewers too. We were at 6 and now we're at 2. That's good. That's good.
Whatever.
That's a pretty good volume right there, dude.
Now just feel insecure.
Well, maybe you should start flexing like Jake, and that'll make you feel
there you
better.
Okay, it just makes my stomach pop out.
You're
What's
okay.
he
You're
sucking
a
in?
dad now. It's fine.
I guess that is true.
Dad bod, yeah.
So,
It's funny, my
First
body
look.
never changed though, becoming a dad. So
It's a leftover mission
grew
fat. I
into
know
it,
how it
that's
is.
yeah.
all right, let's go over and do our first
Thanks
look.
for watching, Jay.
Oh, real quick, last thing with MBO Hellstar, required items. You need a flashlight, you need a red dead light, you need a tracer
tracer.
unit, and tracer BBs. That's the 4 things you guys need. Super cheap, just pick them up at SkyRC. Now I'm done.
Exactly. And now for the next segment, switching a segment.
Dude, I spilled so much water.
Yeah.
You're soaked. Like the neighbors downstairs, like, I'm not even showering.
I'll tell you guys about that after.
Oh, yeah.
Ray's got a story.
Oh, I got a story.
But anyways,
Piss drunk peeing off the balcony.
moving on to the next subject of the night. On Saturday, we had the Lone Survivor event that I was not able to make it to. I can't remember what I was doing.
Boo!
I'm sorry, but I wasn't able to make it to it. But these guys, everyone in this room but me was there, so they will discuss what went down and any of the funny things that happened during this event.
Helmet, dude.
Is it not waterproof?
Yeah, it is.
How much money you spent on it? Yeah, it better be waterproof.
Yeah, it better be waterproof. Sheesh.
All right.
Wow.
So,
Whose first time was it? You 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Us, you 3. Pick number 3, Milo. Choose number 3.
I think that's like the 3rd time that joke has came up on this area, on this podcast. It's a solid joke. So,
It's an excellent joke.
I guess I'll go first. I thought it was awesome. I don't work out at all, so it was very strange.
Definitely
a
will.
lot of running. So,
Yeah.
especially with the heat.
It's
Yeah.
definitely like
I definitely did a lot better than I did at Border Wars 2, which was actually kind of weird for me. But either way,
altitude.
huh?
Altitude.
Probably altitude, yeah. But either way, I really did enjoy Lone Survivor.
Are you
It
saying
was
the Going Dark guys aren't in good shape?
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
ones
that's
that,
actually-
the ones that went weren't.
Yeah.
So everyone except you.
so it was awesome.
It was
I was thoroughly not expecting to be so. Was it immersed? I guess, yeah. I guess the word I'm looking for is immersed.
I need a knife.
In sweats and
Yeah, I can't
yeah,
wait to see
blood,
the video.
blisters. It was everywhere.
yeah.
But no, it was certainly something
Yeah.
that I would like to do again. That's for sure.
It's definitely the most immersed I've ever been in an airsoft match. Like as
Yeah.
far as just kind of diehard focused, like this is the objective, this is what we've got to do.
Yeah.
Like I don't think I've ever been like that into
Yeah.
it.
Surprisingly short too for how intense it feels. It feels like it goes on for much longer than what it actually does.
Yeah.
If you guys hear a cat, don't worry about it.
It's just his girlfriend. We had to lock her up in the room.
Yeah, no, it's probably been my favorite event so far, even though it definitely kicked my butt.
Oh yeah.
Dude, more of you guys need to go. It's such a fun event. That's the 5th one we've done, and every turnout's like 15 to 20 people. I don't understand that, but it's probably one of our more fun events. To be honest, we should go.
You guys are missing
Overall,
out.
the AO and everything is just
Yeah.
awesome for the
That
event.
AO
Cody had
is-
some really cool comments the other day. He came over to the
Yeah,
house.
that
talking about
AO, I've never been. What's it called again?
it. Stonehaven.
Stonehaven.
Yeah.
it was just so neat. Like, you chose it specifically for the terrain and how it matched up with, like, the actual location of the Lone Survivor event. And,
It's
like,
pretty solid.
you watch the movie. I know the movie isn't, like, 100% accurate to the actual event, but, like, I mean, who hasn't seen the movie? Most of us, everyone here has, like, kind of seen it.
Well, Marcus
And you
Luttrell
get
himself
there.
was in that movie, so if it wasn't close to accurate, he probably wouldn't have put him.
But it had Marky Mark in it.
But
good
I
old
mean,
Marky Mark.
you watch the movie, and then like I got there, and I felt like I was in the movie. It's like that cool.
It
They were
really-
just, like,
I took some
combination
solid
rocks
pictures
and-
of you, dude.
Yeah.
Some solid pictures of you.
Yeah.
The overall feel, it does really feel like you're in the mountains out in Afghanistan. Or, yeah, it's very. It's hard. I'm trying to think of the word to describe it. It's almost like desert
Tumultuous.
mountains. It's like desert type
So
mountains.
heavy.
You've got
Yeah.
lots of sagebrush.
Oh yeah.
Gotta equalize it with a pair of nods.
I know, dude. I got the counterweight going on. Good.
Give it up for Havoc 1.
This is your leader.
Hold on, guys. We're going to DP2. Hold on a second. Let me point the way I need to go. That's how I get so speedy fast. I just point my head forward. And
Momentum, baby.
Arms back, Naruto run.
Well, I guess you heard what we thought of it, but what did these guys think?
What
about
went
it?
down? I don't know what exactly went down.
Yeah, so what Lone Survivor is, if you guys don't know, which you should know, it's an event based on the movie, loosely based on the events of failed Operation Red Wings. Basically, it's a simulation, it's a course that's meant to replicate the forest battle of the Lone Survivor movie when 4 Navy SEALs were fighting against overwhelming odds with a ton of talent. I don't know what the exact number in real life was.
200 plus.
They say 200 plus, and then some say like 30, 40. I don't know exactly. But,
Either way, a lot.
but basically, there's 4 positions kind of in a line. They're called defense position DPs. And you basically start your 4 SEALs, and everybody else at the event plays militia. And they, as soon as they decide to go, they go. And the first BB's fired, the SEAL teams are actually keeping time on each defense position, and a certain amount of time has to elapse at each defense position before they're allowed to retreat back. So at first it's 3 minutes, then it's 3 minutes, then it's 3 minutes, then it's 8 minutes. So there's 4 positions, 3, 3, 3, and then 8.
I'd like to interrupt. By the way, Team GDA got the farthest.
Yeah,
Ain't that right?
the first guy, they had 1 minute left on the last position, then we smoked him.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah, that was
But yeah, so that's kind of how it is. So you keep the time, and you're basically fighting for those 3 minutes to hold that spot. And if you go overrun, you die. And you only have 3 lives. Militia has unlimited lives. What we do, it's called the pop-up respawn technique. So as a militia, you go and then you die and you fall down, fake your death for 10 seconds. You get up, go behind the nearest hard cover, and you pop right back out. And it's super funny on the militia side, super chill. It's kind of your cooldown game. But on the SEAL side, it's like intense because like there's people constantly dying and re-popping back up, and it gives like this illusion that there's like way more people than there is. Yeah, way more. You're like,
While
I
you're a
just killed-
militiaman, you're like, this is great.
Yeah, me and Jacob have the funniest video because we were both running the 240 like as a Taliban machine gun team. And we're just going strong. Like I have some freaking hilarious clips
I
of
love
it.
that grenade video.
Oh yeah, when I go pull it out, I'm like freaking like, and that it fizzed out, and I thought it was good. I've never seen a Thunderbeat do that, and then I was like, we're good, and it blew up right then. And we martyred ourselves. I was like, I martyred them for a lot. And we killed ourselves.
Oh man, that went right off next to my head too.
Yeah, Jacob's like,
Literally,
like our ears were
like
ringing,
6
dude.
inches. From
Yeah,
like the top of
yeah,
your head.
I know. Because I had died, and he was using my body for like cover. He was, dragging
I was
me
like,
around.
why do you have to die on me? What was I calling you? I was calling you Jenko.
Jenko.
And he was calling me Ahmed, and I was like, why'd you have to die on me, Jenko? And I was like, just dragging his body and like throwing him down, reconnecting the line. I'm just like mowing people down.
Yeah, that's
No wonder they hate us.
Hey Jake, also a comment. Your pants are tight.
Yes, they are.
His
Yeah.
thighs are
Well, it was in the
large.
His
Jay
thighs are long.
commented that your pants are tight.
Thanks, Jay.
Love you too.
Toy like a toy guy.
They're not skinny, I'm just thick.
Seriously.
You got more confidence?
I understand.
The waistband is a size larger than what I actually wear. So.
I thought.
I feel you on that one.
Yeah. So.
Jay, why are you not? I think you guys were going rock crawling. That's not podcast related. They're going rock crawling.
Well, shoot, I might need to join them.
He's just blowing up our podcast.
Some people.
Yeah, I mean that event was really fun.
Yeah, I had a blast.
We have fun every time we're there.
Really, more people need to show up.
Seriously.
Yeah, that even add to it.
Mm-hmm.
It was overall just an awesome experience.
Dallin Angel for the second time at a Lone Survivor event got his car stuck. We had to push him out. That's the second time at a Lone Survivor event, dude. You got the record. First time he buried his car up to his axles in mud.
Yeah, luckily we had some guy like this huge souped up pickup come and tow him out.
Yeah, like he was done for. And then this last time we got buried in the sand.
Yeah.
Jake, did you pull him out?
It was funny
No.
because
No.
it was
You're
becoming.
out
It's
there.
because you almost got stuck, and he's like, you gotta just floor it when you're going through thing. You can't stop. And then he's going, and his BB's spilling his seat, and he stops right in that deep sand, and then buried himself.
Yeah.
And we're like,
That's what happened.
we're like, what happened to driving fast, bro? Not stopping.
Yeah, my poor freaking Power Stroke did not appreciate the sand and two-wheel drive. I had
You were like, it was
yeah, the axle hop was real. I had to drop her into 4 low to get anywhere.
That was funny. I thought like your like axle had like fallen out or something. Like that.
No,
His
so,
axle broke again.
Yeah,
We're all just minding our own business, cleaning up, and James trucks over.
yeah, well,
all this for a damn.
I haven't. Yeah, for a phone we got on the road.
So much torque. EJ got his phone back,
That's good.
by the way.
Nice.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
for the record, I did not want to get out and lock my hubs because I have an old school Power Stroke, so you have to get out to turn your 4-wheel drive on. And so I was going to try a 2-wheel drive, and it just didn't happen in reverse.
All right. I think now it's gear time, right?
Yeah,
it's gear time.
It's gear time.
Bring out your dad. Wait, no.
So it's like show and tell time. Like,
It
what's
is.
the
Yeah.
first look?
Yeah,
It'd be first
Yes.
look, but this time it's
Dude,
show and
grace
tell.
us with your
We'll go
present.
over
You
this
got
first.
the
Yeah,
the
you.
beauty.
Look at that.
Okay.
Look at that. Go show the people.
If you haven't seen already, this is my new toy.
Or if you
that
haven't
is,
been on the receiving end and felt it already.
yeah.
It's his new boomstick.
This is.
I think
the-
we're clear, guys.
Yeah. This is the A&K MK46. It's like the M249, except it's got this nice retractable stock,
Yeah, dude.
and it's got some various rail things that the 249 does not have.
What's the nickname?
For my gun,
Yeah.
dude, I don't know. I haven't named it yet.
Gotta name it
I
something.
I haven't had it for that long, and I just HP'd it too. That's
Yeah.
other
I don't know.
other
No,
nice
right?
thing about
What
this.
do you-
It's been if we say the word
Yeah,
gun,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, shut up.
Yeah.
4-star jack.
Dude, the 46, that's so sick, dude. I love the Mark 46.
It looks pretty.
If it was mine, I would
It's
take
sexy.
off. I would take off the bipod and then put like a massive foregrip on
See,
there.
I thought about that, but as many times as I've used the bipod now, I don't know if I can get rid of it.
See,
'Cause
he's
I
like a player that actually uses a bipod.
I
Like,
just like
Lone Survivor when you're like,
Yeah.
like fold it out. It's just like,
Exactly. After like a few of those runs, I couldn't even. This thing weighs.
I was just like, Cody, get your gun up, dude. Get your gun up. Get your gun. He's just like,
So this weighs 14, 15 pounds.
I know
Just
what
like
it's like.
this, unloaded when it's got BBs and everything else. It's
probably
like 17.
17, yeah.
So, I mean, that doesn't sound like a lot, but
Plus
after
air
you
tank,
sprint
plus-
your butt off, you know,
And when it's
And then,
you know
you know-
100 plus degrees out there.
yeah, and it's
Yeah.
hot.
It reminds me of that
very
scene.
hard.
That scene
to
from you
live.
guys watched the first Jumanji, the new one, the first new Jumanji.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that, like when you're carrying that gun, you're running like Kevin Hart, all slow, and then the rock comes flying past you at like 40 miles an hour. That's your teammates, and you're just like,
That's how I feel in Call of Duty whenever I carry something larger than an AR.
yeah.
And then your aim
LMG.
speed is so
LMG.
Okay.
It's not snappy.
It's definitely though when you get a gun this heavy, it's so
Not
much
snapping,
fun to throw
so
that
it's
thing
a
up to
speed
your
sucker.
shoulder and just throw down the hate on whoever's on
Oh,
the
yeah.
receiving end. 1,500 rounds. Just
Yeah,
for-
dude, it was so sick at Pipeline. You weren't there, but Pipeline, me and Cody were running on that. Was it a team deathmatch? I don't know what it was. The first game of the day, and I have the 240 HPA, and
yeah.
he has his 46
Yep.
HPA. We like run up, just both of us, get behind this rock, get contacted by like 6 guys on the rock, And I just mowed 3 of them down like right off the bat, and I'm just like unloading on these rocks. And they're all like, "Good lord!"
Kept
Like
pressing
trying to like, they're like freaking out, dude. Like this kid's like 8 years old back there, like, "Oh my god!" And then I was like, "Cody, move around!" Like Cody flanks around, and then just like lights him up. It was.
We do support our younger
yes.
airsofters.
Yes,
Yeah.
trial by fire.
We don't discriminate.
Yeah.
They receive the rate of fire equal.
You're gonna get treated like the rest of
Equal
us.
amount of pain.
Yeah, dude.
You'll learn to love it.
Yeah.
Embrace the suck.
Yeah.
It was great, dude.
Yeah.
LMG life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But dude, I've been fully embracing the role of support gunner. It's been fun to just, get up to a position. I break out this bipod, which is like super easy to just flip out really quick,
I
and
like
you
how it's,
post
like,
up on
sprinted
a
like that.
yeah. You just post up on a rock or whatever, or lay down, and then I had put the Polar Star jack in there, so I
It
can
runs like a dream.
really. Depending, I set it between 14 and 18 BBs a second. I don't like to go crazy because you spend a lot of ammo and
But you can set the jack up to 100. Nothing will feed that, but it goes up to
yeah. I don't want to be that mean either.
Dude, even 30,
fun,
even
though.
30, I can feed 30 rounds a
Yeah.
second. That's freaking fast, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel bad when I overshoot people at like 20.
And the box mag that came with this, besides being a giant piece of junk, does hold 2,400 BBs, so it's got a lot
A
of.
lot in it, but the amount
Yeah.
that it actually feeds is like significantly
Half that. That's how they throttle it, You got to trade off.
I
Yeah.
haven't had issues so much with feeding as I have with like the actual construction of it, because when it actually came like broken. There's a switch on the bottom where you can actually switch between. There's 3 positions. It's off, and then there's constant on where the box mag just keeps
Yeah,
winding.
freaking. None of you guys were me at Pipeline. Freaking Matt, his M60.
Yeah,
Yeah, you were.
he just got
It's just
stuck.
we're just like listening back, and it's like
Just
tick
like,
tick 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 tick. It's like it was idle, like just click 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 click
Just
click 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 click.
constantly.
It's pretty funny, dude.
And then the one thing I do like is it has a sound mode feature, which there's actually a microphone that runs in a line up to where the your little, I don't even know what to call that, the port for the box mag goes into the gun to feed the BBs. There's a microphone in there, and that basically triggers the box mag to wind every time it hears your gearbox running.
It actually works surprisingly well on yours, especially being HPA. Like,
Yeah,
I
heard that it
pretty
wasn't-
impressed with that system on you.
That is really cool.
I heard that it wasn't going to work when I switched to HPA because it was going to be too quiet. But I tried it out just to make sure, and it's
the
been
Polar
working.
Star sound has like a lot more of like a
Pop.
like a pop or a clack to it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
versus like the Inferno. So like
Louder.
it is louder. So I wonder if the Inferno would feed or not. Probably would, but
You know what I think your next mod should be? It should be whatever roids Jake is taking to make you a little more imposing as the saw gunner.
Yeah, I could use a little bit more upper body strength for carrying this. Yeah.
So a little more bulky, looking like the
I
rocker,
could
like
use
Jake,
a few pounds.
swole guy.
I sense some
Even though,
jealousy
what
in the room.
you mostly use DMRs, don't you?
No, well, I have an LVOA S, and I put the Novert suppressor on. So yeah, that thing's pretty freaking long, but
Yeah.
I want to get a, I don't know, like an SBR.
He's got a few guns, dude. You
Yeah,
got
see, I've got a CMAN 14. I usually bring my brothers out, so they use that a lot, and some other.
had a
another
Barrett
M4.
50 cal. You got in a box of awesomeness.
Yeah,
remember?
but it was an open box deal. So we got a Barrett 50 cal. We
What
ended
happened
up,
to
We-
donating it to our first. What was the?
We raffled it away. Dallin, who got stuck in his car, actually won that, right?
Yeah,
Nice.
I think so.
Yeah.
It is our first official Desert Ghosts Airsoft.
Our charity event for Stony.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Stony.
he was a G thug, T Wizzle.
How many strokes did he have?
2. He ended up having 2 strokes, and then he got paralyzed, and a bunch of crap happened
Oh,
to him.
wow.
So-
He was part
Dude,
of
he was coming to like every game. He was so cool, dude. I miss him so much. I just talked to him recently. He's doing good.
That's good.
Yeah. But anyways, we did a charity event back in the beginning of 2018.
What did we raise? Somewhere close to $2,000 or
We
something.
raised $1,500, $1,600.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah,
on
it was
Saturday.
one of our first major events. So, and we had
So
a
I
good
gotta
time.
ask, was that Barrett 50 cal a POS or was it actually like quality?
So it was both. So it was when I got it. It was open box deal
Yeah.
from Evike, and It was a Springer. What was it? I can't remember the manufacturer. It was like Wolf
It
or
was
something like that.
Snow
Wolf. Yeah.
Oh.
So
So yes.
originally, yes, it was a piece of junk, but then I fixed it, and it actually worked fairly well. It was just a pain in the butt all around. I mean, that thing
It's massive.
I'm sure it's rad.
Just-
I'm sure it's
just
rad
that,
though.
it's
I want an HPA one.
Imagine
Yeah.
pulling that thing up, just like, all right, buddy.
Yeah, good luck.
It's like
So,
a 240 almost.
it kind of rarely got used, and then when that event came up, we just decided to, find it a new home, just raffle it away. So,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Understandable.
And then you had your PPSH.
dude, I still have
You
that
got a
thing.
PPSH?
Dude, I
Dude,
got
it's so
plans
funny.
for that sucker. Yeah.
We're gonna do a DSG build on it or something like
Do
that.
it.
Seriously.
Do
make
it.
that thing
Dude,
rock.
the funniest crap. I remember when Joe was using that. Joe doesn't play anymore, but at Cocapelli, he's on the roof, like firing, like on the roof of Cocapelli, and we're all just watching. We just hear him go, "No!" and like the drum mag falls out and starts rolling down the roof. He's like chasing after, he's like, "No!" and it just like falls off and just she's like,
Yeah, because I actually got that gun out of an open box deal as well. And it's got like a little lever right behind the box mag. That's how you release it. And he grabbed it right there and it released the box or the drum mag. And yeah, just,
Oh, that kills.
That's what I thought I had done when I freaking mag catch fell out. I was just going. I swore I did or something.
but yeah, man,
drop
that thing's
my bag.
fun actually. I mean, it's not the strongest gun, but
Horrible
it's a
timing.
lot of fun.
Oh, it was too.
That's fine.
My timing coming back was alright though.
Yeah. We managed to hold off for you.
dangerous.
You might notice that.
Just hold on.
You might notice that there's a rail riser on that. It's because I wear a mask.
Yeah, that's okay though. I can still see through it.
Fair enough. Well, I think that does it for the show tonight. We're running out of time, but you guys want to plug anything before we take off?
Make sure you check out the Desert Ghosts Airsoft page on Facebook for sure.
Come to the
Facebook,
next event.
YouTube.
Come out and airsoft with us.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Yes,
Let's do it.
please.
Yep. You
Also, make sure, of course, to check out Sky RC. Cody would love to make sure that we're doing our part.
can, yep.
Yeah.
Definitely go buy stuff from him.
Yep.
And tune in, guys. You guys want to be on the show? Just message these guys or talk to them. Come hang out. It's really we're just hanging out and kind of trying to involve all you guys with us. It's a lot of fun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A lot of good
All
times.
3 of our Instagrams are tagged on our Instagram page.
Yep. You
It's
can
Going
follow.
Dark Airsoft on Instagram.
And you
Not
know,
hard to find.
you guys should love this because at every game you guys spend way more time talking about airsoft than actually playing airsoft. So I'm giving you like a official opportunity
It's
to
a
come.
platform to
Yeah.
bench
Come-
race.
Seriously,
but not
come
really
Exactly.
bench race.
Yeah.
That way, when we get to the event, we're like, "Whoa, we actually have
Yeah.
time to play. We don't have
Yeah.
anything to talk about."
Seriously,
because we talked it all out. on
What's been with those like 1 hour gaps between the games recently? Come on, guys.
Yeah.
the douchebag host.
Maybe if you would get his crap together, we could actually have good events.
Right?
No, dude.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
Just kidding,
Come on
Brandon.
out,
You're
beat
the
that.
best thing to happen to airsoft in Southern Utah.
All right.
But yeah, come on out. Come shoot the breeze with us.
We usually have Cole's brought pizza the last 2 times and then soda.
Code
So
red.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Shout out to Cole.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Pizza Man.
I think that's going dark logging off. Remember, call your hits.
Call your hits.
All your
And that should be it. You guys have a
Woo!
Good night.
guys.